This is going to be the final video in this series, and what I'm going to show you is how you can use Neutron 3 to achieve a basic master for your track. Now obviously iZotope make the Ozone mastering suite, which is dedicated for mastering, but Neutron 3 can also be used to get a quick master together as well. So let's have a look at where we're at in terms of level. Okay, so what I'm going to do quickly is just add in a relay plugin here, and I'm going to do that just to boost up my level before we go into our mastering Neutron. So I'm just going for around kind of -3 level here, so that's good. And let's bring in a Neutron we're going to use for mastering. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just frame the master by taking out a little bit of the low frequencies. Now adding a little low cut or high pass on the master allows you to kind of create the higher frequencies more efficiently. If you're asking the speaker to create frequencies really low down around the 25 Hertz mark, that actually takes away the ability of the speaker to efficiently create the frequencies that are higher up. So it'll just subtly mean that you'll get a little bit more clarity in the mix and the clarity in the low frequencies. Now likewise, in the high frequencies, we can do something similar. Just create a little dip in the very high frequencies. So it just has ever so slightly more clarity when we bring that in. Now what I'm going to do at this point is actually load in another plugin that we get with this suite, which is a tonal balance control. Now I find this one of the most useful plugins I've ever installed on my computer, I have to say. I'm going to set it to the modern preset. See, I've got a few of my own ones I've made here as well. And let's see where we're at. So balance wise, we're looking pretty good. Let's have a look in the fine section. So sometimes you can use this as a guide for maybe some gentle EQ boosts and cuts we can do. So I'm just looking at areas where there's a lot of density going on. We could maybe try doing a little boost in the lows and a little cut above, which can help you sink the low frequencies down a little bit. And when it comes to mastering, we want to do this with fairly broad strokes, so nothing too major. Okay, let's try taking it out and back in. So it feels like it just kind of enhances the mix slightly, allows it to be a little bit more stretched. Okay, let's add in a sculptor. Let's see what this does. We'll try all purpose. Let's try add fullness. go back on our broad setting. I don't really want to add too much by way of very low frequency, so I'll try bringing my range up. Feels like it's taking away a little bit of boxiness, so I'm going to leave that in. Now we could try an exciter. Let's put this onto tape mode, a little bit of tape saturation, and let's do this to taste. So just focus on how it seems to gather everything up and just bring it all forwards a little bit. We'll put it on the clear setting. So just a slight increase in solidity, and as I said, just bring things out a little bit. Okay, let's try a compressor. Let's set this to peak so it responds to the peaks in the signal. Let's have an attack of around 30 milliseconds. We'll try the release as it is, and let's see where we're at. I'll take off the automatic gain. I put it in vintage mode. Try and make that a little bit more subtle. And something else we can do is actually determine what the compressor is going to respond to. So let's take out some of the low frequencies. Okay, we'll leave that as it is. And let's add in compressor 2. Now with this one, I'm going to choose a light ratio, low threshold, and I'm going to choose kind of a slow attack and slow release. So what I'm trying to do is just bring in parallel, a little bit of density, kind of RMS level essentially. Just going to add in some makeup gain on here so we can do a proper comparison. So just adds a little bit of density into things. I'm not going to do it that much, but Just dial it in a little bit. Okay, now on the end of the chain we have a limiter. So we'll set the limiter ceiling to minus 0.3, so we have a little tiny bit of headroom. Now when this limiter is enabled, this output fader becomes pre-limiter, so it acts as an input level for the limiter essentially. I'll just turn down my volume so we can compensate. And now we've got a little tiny bit of limiting going on. So we're nicely balanced in terms of the tonal balance, and let's see how we're looking in terms of level. Our peak levels are reaching that minus 0.3 level, and we've got a healthy average level coming in as well. So now we've got a master that we can send out to record labels or put online if we wanted to. Obviously, using something like Ozone, we could do more of a dedicated master with a program which is designed specifically for mastering. But even with Neutron 3, we can get ourselves in a place where we can get a quick master together to send out to people if we want to. Okay, so we've reached the end of this series of mixing with Neutron 3. I really hope you found it useful, and I've shown you how to use some of the new features that are in Neutron 3. It's such an amazing package and great if you're a beginner because it teaches you how to use some of the processing by some of the assistant features like the Mix Assistant and the Track Enhance features. And also for seasoned pros, it can help you if you're kind of fishing for a sound and you can't find what you're looking for, or just to kind of bring things out in a way that you wouldn't necessarily try otherwise. It's a fantastic package. I've really enjoyed showing it to you during the course of this video series. So all that's left to say is thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully have you back for another video series in the future. Thank you.